April 1st is coming up. April Fool's Day. Oops, I mean National Atheist Day, which should never go by without men and women of faith boldly challenging the militant atheists.
National Atheist Day. Oh gosh, this guy's a riot. Let's do this. Greetings, fellow space travelers. BionicDance here. I haven't responded to Wild Bill for America in quite some time, but I just couldn't let this video pass by without a retort.
Why is it that the militant atheists are always on the attack to silence the message of salvation through Jesus Christ?
Nobody is trying to silence you. We argue against what you have to say because it's fucking loopy, but nobody is telling you you can't say it. Okay, maybe we're telling you that you can't act on it in ways that will fuck over other people. You can believe what you want to believe, but you can't force other people to behave like they believe it too, even if they don't. But you can still shout it from the rooftops if that's what gets you through the day.
They are the only people I know who spend their lives fighting something that they say doesn't exist.
Theists just love saying this, don't they? They think it makes us look ridiculous. But there are a few things wrong with it. First of all, plenty of people argue against things they think are wrong. And make no mistake, theists are making a claim that is glaringly unsupported by evidence, and showing this error is always important. Court cases are decided based on what can be shown to be true. People's fates are decided that way. Diseases used to be thought to have supernatural origins, and that was shown to be wrong, thus saving millions of lives. Arguing against bullshit is never a waste of time. Especially when that bullshit is harmful. Religion is used as an excuse to behave like complete assholes far too often, and arguing against what is used to justify that misbehavior is a worthy endeavor no matter how you look at it. And who says we spend our lives doing this? I probably spend more time explaining to people why Star Wars is better than Star Trek than I do arguing against religion. Just because you God-botherers allow your religion to completely take over your lives doesn't mean everyone else has allowed their position on religion to do so. Just because all you ever see of people like me is my online presence doesn't mean that what you see is all there is. Get actual, kiddo.
Now, one thing I have learned in my years of dealing with militant atheists is that they are scared spitless of the Bible and the salvation message that reconciles men and women with their Creator. Dude,
the word is shitless. Shitless. When was the last time you heard somebody say they're so terrified that they can't expectorate? But you have heard of people pissing their pants or dropping a deuce when fear rears its ugly head. Say it. It won't kill you. Shitless.
Now, you can tell that they fear the message because they fight so viciously to block it from being heard in our schools and government.
The government is supposed to be for the people. All of the people, not just Christians. And so it's not supposed to be part of government. And yet, the government will defend your right to be Christian, defend your right to speak your message to the public, just as it will for any other religion. As for schools, don't be an asshole. You're not being allowed to indoctrinate youngsters. Schools are supposed to be secular, non-denominational. The choice is either have no religion in school or to have every religion in school. And the latter is just plain impractical. Nobody is scared. They're just not allowing your message to dominate. And make no mistake, that's what you're trying to do. And we all know it.
They shout, "There is no evidence for God." Well, if there is no evidence, then why don't they let the Christian message be heard throughout the land and let all people see for themselves?
See, this is what happens when your religion is based around a martyr. Oh no, I'm being argued against. Help, help, I'm being repressed. If someone was preventing your message from being heard around the land, you wouldn't have a YouTube channel, dumbass. If you were being silenced, the Christian Broadcasting Network would have been taken down years ago. And those presuppositionalist yahoos wouldn't be allowed to set up their booth across from the atheists at Balboa Park every Saturday. You're not being silenced. You're just having your power over the people kept in check, limited only to those who want it.
Now, if the atheists could refute the Christian message, they would let Christians lay out the biblical principles so that the atheists could take great delight in destroying the Christian message for all to see.
The sad part is, this doucherag isn't a parody or satire. He honestly thinks this hasn't been happening already. Hell, he probably doesn't think this is happening right now. What the fuck have I been doing on my YouTube channel since 2008? This guy is such a fucking knob.
No. They must silence the Christians because they cannot refute the Bible or the message.
Not our job. It's up to you religionoids to prove it, not the other way around. And you've failed at that task.
The favored weapon of the atheist is lawsuits and threats of legal actions. Now, recently, the militants forced a school to cancel a field trip to the Ark exhibit. And that is an example of the greatest crime the militant atheists are guilty of: deliberately blocking the Christian message from reaching the children.
No, you idiot. Nobody is blocking your delusional fantasies from reaching the children. They're just saying that there are certain agencies that are not allowed to force it on them. You can still have your precious Sunday school just as much as you like. Proselytize in the streets until your throats are hoarse. But you don't get to have the state brainwashing our kids. Public school is not a recruiting station for your pointy-building mega cult.
Nobody has the right to block God's truth. And if the atheists are scared
shitless
of us Christians, just wait till they stand before God on Judgment Day. Hebrews 10:31 says,
"Oh, blah, blah, blah. Who cares what your book says? If you think for a moment that I'll take its dogma seriously until you can demonstrate that the God it claims is real actually exists, you're a fucking chowderhead."
And have you noticed that the militants always direct their attacks at the message of Jesus Christ? How many times have you seen atheists threaten to sue a school for teaching about Islam or taking a field trip to a mosque?
Probably just as many times as it's come up. Hands up anybody who's heard about a field trip to a mosque or teaching anything about Islam outside of a history class.
How many times have they marched to stop Buddhism or the Sikhs?
How many times have they made it necessary? I don't see Buddhists trying to, say, block gay marriage or end reproductive freedom because of their religious beliefs. Christians all too often act like assholes in the name of their religion, and that's why they get protested. You bring this on yourselves. Learn to share and play nicely with the other kids, and it won't happen.
The haters of God know that Christianity is the message of the one true God for all of mankind. They don't waste their time on false religions because man-made religions lead people away from the one true God. They are essentially doing the same work as the atheists, just using a different tactic.
Except, of course, if you dig around in my videos, you'll find plenty of responses to Muslims. I don't respond to Jews very much because they tend to keep it in their pants far more than you other two. But if they didn't, I'd get grouchy in their direction also. Like I said, you bring this on yourselves. Is it too much to ask you to not behave like complete pricks? Is it too much to ask the more tolerant Christians to tell their fundamentalist brethren to cool it and stop giving them a bad name? I've got a few videos telling other atheists to stop behaving like twats. Surely you can do the same. Come on, pay it forward.
So, to the atheists of America, keep watching my videos. Seriously, I'm glad you guys are here, and I look forward to your comments. Thank you for watching, and America, bless God again.
Somehow I doubt you're going to appreciate my comments there, Spanky. Oh, I suppose I could have made them a bit more civilly like my usual vids. Just blame this on your dumbassery being a trigger. I'm sure someone will. Probably already has. I'm cool with that. Oh, it might even be true. Until next time, fellow space travelers, this is BionicDance saying don't run on automatic. Instead, please think. If you don't like what I'm saying, there's a good chance you're the reason I'm saying it.